Hey everybody, welcome back to Our Reviews Everything. Does Taco Bell suck? Part 2. In part 1, we may have not given the Crunchwrap Supreme a fair shake because we had a pretty big delay between when we picked it up to when we actually sampled it. So what I'm going to do, I got a fresher one here. I'm going to go ahead and give this a cross section, see if it's any better than what we showed you in the part 1 video. And let me just tell you, it doesn't look much better. It doesn't look much better. It looks probably about the same. It just doesn't look as left over as what it may have looked when we did our part 1 review. There's just an ungodly amount of tortilla to separate off this thing. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. So it is mush. It is mush. This Crunchwrap Supreme is maybe, we'll call it 12 minutes old. The one that we reviewed in part 1 was like 2 hours old. And the mush is the same. So, give it for what it is. Holds up well long term. It still sucks and it's still mushy. It's still the same thing. It's still bland and still overly salty. Don't know how you're bland and too salty, but this thing pulls it off. The nacho cheese just completely disappears in this entire thing. I don't understand how you, like, look at this. Look, there's no sour cream to be seen in this entire thing. It looks like the sour cream is just so spontaneous that you're losing something that could otherwise try to save your food item. Because looking at this, it looks like sour cream is in those 2 little spots right there. And the sour cream bite, there's no saving grace, even with the sour cream bite. It's just bland, mushy interior, almost no flavor. The burntness of the tortilla, just an over grilled creation that has just lost all life. There's no hope for the Crunchwrap Supreme. Taco Bell was really screwed up on this. I will stand by my score of 3 out of 10 that I gave it in part 1. And I don't think there's any chance it's going to be going too much higher than that as a standard menu item. So now to the main course for part 2. Does Taco Bell suck? We went with a Black Bean Supreme adventure. Here we go. It's a Black Bean Chalupa Supreme. Black Bean Grilled Cheese Burrito. Black Bean Crunchwrap Supreme. We're going to see how much better it gets. I'm going to start off with the Black Bean Grilled Cheese Burrito. So for first item here, Black Bean Grilled Cheese Burrito. Oh, Black Bean Grilled Cheese Burrito. Let's just look at it. Would you just look at it?
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
It looks terrible before we even open it. Looks like a smuggled from the coroner's office. Covered in cheese. Oh, this thing is...
Why is it so wet?
This is the juiciest food item I have ever opened that is also considered to be a handheld burrito in my entire life. I have never seen something this wet that is supposed to be an exterior handheld item from a fast food restaurant. Look at it glisten. Look at the glistening juices coming off this thing. Look at my hands.
Great. I just wanted to make sure my hands have been a hindrance my whole life, and I don't want to
have them on screen.
I'm going to have to take a shower before I eat the next item. Holy crap. Let's give it its cross-section. You know what? I guess all things considered, cross-section isn't looking... It's not looking horrible, but it's also not looking like it's got a whole lot of life in it. You know, you see your black beans, your Spanish rice with some of the sauce and maybe some of the gooey cheese on the inside. But I mean, just look at that glistening, juicy monster. Let's give it a taste. It's not bad. The black beans actually have a lot more flavor in it than I was expecting. The Spanish rice is cooked well, which anytime they put the Spanish rice on their burritos, if it's cooked well, the rice is fire. I will say the sauce, there's not enough of it, or at least not in that bite that I had. But the greasiness factor of taking the bite, holding the item, is just, it just makes it a terrible experience eating this food. But the flavor on it is not bad. As an entirety food item, the grilled cheese burrito is not for me. It's not something I like. It's something that you need to literally have served to you in a clamshell that you can have a fork and a knife and eat. This is not a handheld fast food item. But oh yeah, look at that. Look at after I took that bite. Look at all that extra cheese in there. I gotta get another bite. Yeah, but the flavor's good. The flavor of it is good, despite how much I hate the assembly of the food item itself. I actually believe there's nacho cheese in this. So the nacho cheese mixing really well with the sauce that's in it. Spanish rice, like I said, was good. I would say that this, shockingly, I would say that this is probably like a 6.3. It's good. It is. It's good. It would get a higher score if it weren't for this unbelievably soggy, wet, glistening mess that they serve to you in this also unbelievably wet, already tearing apart like wax paper. Just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Next up, the Black Bean Crunchwrap Supreme. The good people of the Taco Bell we went to were nice enough to actually write the difference between the two Crunchwrap Supremes that we got. Anytime that I see this, it warms my heart because, one, it's incredibly considerate. Two, it does take extra time when you're packaging it. But three, as somebody who used to work at Taco Bell, this is the type of stuff that I was not considerate enough to do, and I definitely appreciate somebody not being like me. So, looks pretty similar, right? Looks pretty similar to the original. Although, I will say, this one isn't as overly grilled. So maybe we're in for a better time. Maybe I'll be surprised like we were with the grilled cheese burrito. Don't know why I did that, because I need this wrapper to cut on and not make a mess in the car like a buffoon. So sorry, son. Oh, it looks terrible, folks. The cross-section here looks like a 90-year-old. It's dry. It's lifeless. It's in desperate need of lubrication. Oh, but we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it, and I'm going to go for this. I'm going to kind of do a little fold over here to get some of this cheesy corner action in with this center black bean mass. Oh, gosh. Again, don't know how this is so much better than the original Crunchwrap. But it has flavor. It's still mushy. There's absolutely zero difference in that between the original and this black bean one. It is still mushy, but the black beans have flavor that actually give this life. It's not just a, for whatever reason, salty, mushy, bland experience where none of the flavors are actually coming out at you. This is actually giving you some good seasoned black beans. That nacho cheese bite with the black beans was good. It's still mush. You still get absolutely no crunch from this tostada. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this tostada. It is just a mush experience. It is just mushy. There is no snap to that tostada. But this right here, I would say, I'll give this a 4.7. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as what a original Crunchwrap is. So I give that a 4.7. Oh, I cut the bag into a million pieces. I'm an idiot. Last item for the evening. This is the Black Bean Chalupa Supreme. Let's go ahead and get a cross-section cut on this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that sour cream shooting out the butt of it too. I think that this is going to be my first bite without any question. But I mean, look at it. Just like with the original Chalupa Supreme, they've got good layering in this. And I'm kind of excited for this because if the flavor on this is as good as what the previous two black bean items were, this is going to be solid. I will say right off the bat, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that crispy? Oh, that just crispy chalupa? I hate to even say this. Taco Bell's black beans are good. They're good. They're good. They're way better than their refried beans on flavor and consistency and texture and all those things. The seasoning that's in them is what brings them to life and what does good stuff. This chalupa shell is nice and crispy, very very well fried. Everything's layered together perfect. The sour cream with these black beans is a heavenly experience. I'm going to give that a 7.3. That is good. That is good. I personally am a bigger fan of burritos, given burritos are probably my favorite food group of mechanisms for food items. But this Chalupa Supreme black bean taco, great. Like it's definitely surprised. I thought I was in for a bad time reviewing these three black bean items, and the flavor on all of them were surprising. They were surprising. This being a 7.3, the crunch wrap in and of itself being higher than the original, and the grilled cheese burrito. God, if it wasn't so wet, it would have been good. It would have been a good item too. So this is awesome. So definitely pleasantly surprised tonight with this review, and I hope you guys were just surprised as me. So thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later.